Okay, what is happening in New York City tonight? Do I want to check out that new club? Should I get the girls together to go out dancing? Maybe there's that concert going on, or maybe I should just wear my new dress and get some guy to buy me a drink. The possibilities are literally endless. Yeah, you know what? I don't really feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing my hair, spending 30 minutes trying on different outfits, wearing heels that's definitely going to give me a twisted ankle as soon as I step out the front door. Yeah, no, I don't think that's my cup of tea right now. If you want to watch that type of video, this might not be for you. Because yes, we have all seen the nightlife in the movies and the TV shows, what media portrays New York City nightlife to be. But this is also a night in New York City. This is a night in Brooklyn with me. The first thing I want to do is take a shower. Let's get all scrubbed up, shall we? Ooh, I wanted to show you this. This is a little candle holder that for the longest time I was using to hold matchbooks, and I've been using it as a candle holder properly. So, light said candle, plop it in here. Look how pretty that is. I really like how it looks on top of the toilet. It creates this interesting shadow with the way the light bounces off of the tile, which I think is really pretty. You know, I still need to figure out what the lighting situation is going to be in the bathroom because I don't want to have to turn on the overhead every time I go to the bathroom. I want to have a more moody option, so that is still in the works, but I really do like how this candle looks. Okay, enough yapping. Let's take a nice juicy shower, shall we? If you're new here and if you are still watching, I invite you to pause what you're doing and just smash that subscribe button to join in on this beautiful community. Okay, let's keep going. I feel so clean. I just started using this body wash and it is so nice. It smells so good and my skin just feels so smooth and so refreshed at the end. It's great. Well, since we're on the subject actually, so I've been using this Clinique for my face moisturizer for literally as long as I can remember, because when I was a kid, I would sneak into my mom's room and this is what she uses. So I used to like try to do my makeup with all the makeup that was my mom's. Anyway, I would always use my mom's Clinique face lotion. I just started using it then and I never stopped. I love it. It costs maybe like close to $50, but it lasts a really long time. I don't know, like I've never had any breakouts. I feel like my skin is always like very nicely moisturized. Okay, we did not wash the hair because I washed it yesterday. Okay, I don't know, sometimes like if I have extra lotion on my hands, I kind of like smooth down my hair. Is that crazy? It's probably made of similar stuff, right? Lotion, conditioner, I don't know. Gray on gray. What do you think? When I was just putting on my pajamas, I realized that I have not shown you my closet. I made yet another upgrade to this closet. I know, it just keeps getting better and better. It truly, truly does. I ended up taking this piece of furniture off the legs so that I could have more area space above said piece of furniture. And above that, I ended up ordering these hanging racks off of Amazon. So now these 4 cubbies hold my socks, hold my underwear, all of my running workout clothes, and also like my pajamas. And those are really the things that I use every day. So it's really nice having them so easily accessible. Like they're probably the most accessible thing in my closet now, which makes sense because that is what I'm wearing the majority of the time. I work out almost every day. So therefore I go through underwear like it's nobody's business. Is that weird to say? Anyways, it's more organized. It's even more organized. Okay, that is enough talking. All that talking is making me a little thirsty, if you know what I mean. Oh, sorry. Cheers. Bing. I wanted to tell you about this wine. So I first had this at my friend's birthday dinner a few years ago. And I think we were at like a Mediterranean restaurant in Brooklyn somewhere, if I remember correctly. But I definitely remember this bottle of wine because I love the artwork and the labeling. I think it's so quirky and dainty and fun, and I love it. I love it a lot. I saw it in the liquor store. It's a chilled red from Spain, made with organic grapes from España. Oh, sí, señorita. maybe I shouldn't include that one. What else was I gonna say? I feel like I'm getting like brain fog. There's a lot going on right now. I've been freelancing a lot recently. I did a photo shoot this week with my old team. I'm photographing my uncle's wedding this weekend. Next week, I have 2 freelancing gigs again with my old team. And then I'm going on a trip with friends. And then in September, I'm going to Iceland, which is so exciting. But this is like the first vacation that I'm taking since being freelance and since doing YouTube. And I don't want to miss a week because that feels irresponsible to me, even though like taking vacation is also like so needed to unwind and relax and recharge and bring my best forward post vacation, you know? So I'm also prepping to be gone, but I don't want to skip a video. That's not my plan. Yeah, and then I'm photographing another wedding at the end of September. And like, these are all such great things. Oh, and my best friend who's getting married, she also asked me to speak at her wedding, which is like such an honor. I'm so happy to do it, but I also need to write a speech. So there's just like a lot of stuff going on, all good things. Like what a blessed thing it is. I've never used the word blessed before in my life, but like what a blessed thing it is to be stressed out about events with your loved ones, things that are furthering my career. Like these are all things that I've worked towards. But I think it's okay to also be stressed out and overwhelmed when everything seems to be overlapping all at once, and still trying to maintain a social life and still going out there and building my networks and going on dates and yada yada, whatever. It's a lot. So the last thing that I'm thinking about right now is, do I have what I need to make myself dinner because I'm hungry? And luckily I don't need to think about that because this week was a HelloFresh box week, which means HelloFresh has sent me 3 delicious meals that are all portioned out, all the ingredients, the whole recipe is right there. All I have to do is open up the box and make the meal, which is what I'm about to do right now because I am hungry and I know whatever I'm about to make is gonna be delicious. While I cook, let me tell you a little bit more about HelloFresh, who is the sponsor of today's video. HelloFresh just released a quick and easy category, which feels like it was made for me. It means at the end of an exhausting day, you can still make yourself a fresh and delicious home-cooked meal that is quick and easy. And it's fully customizable, meaning that you can swap the protein, double the portion, and really just build around what you want. Also, if you're traveling, if you have work, if you're on vacation, you can also skip a week and order ahead. So you can really make it work for your own schedule. And speaking of travel, if you ever feel like mixing up what you're eating, HelloFresh now has new recipes globally from 50+ countries all around the world, including Korean, Moroccan, Japanese, Brazilian, and so much more. Every ingredient is pre-portioned and ready to go. Even when I feel swamped, even if I feel really busy, I still want to be able to like feed myself delicious and nutritious home-cooked meals, and HelloFresh helps me do that. I cannot recommend it enough. My compliments to the chef. And right now you can use my code Gail Caraway at HelloFresh.com for a free Caraway food storage set with your 3rd box. Available for a limited time only, so click the link below or use my code Gail Caraway at HelloFresh.com. One more time, code Gail Caraway at HelloFresh.com with your 3rd box of active subscription. Limited quantities available while supplies last. Thank you again, HelloFresh, for the yummy meal and also for sponsoring this video. Okay, I'm gonna clean up and then I'll catch you after that because I don't think you really need to see that, do you? No. I cleaned the dishes and then I ended up deep cleaning the entire kitchen. I don't know why I did that. Do you ever like, when you're about to have people over, you start cleaning everything? Like you clean your bathroom, you clean your floors, you're like wiping the faucet, literally scrubbing every nook and cranny. And for no reason, because like people are gonna come over and they're not gonna notice those things. Like that is the last thing they're gonna notice. No one's gonna see if you dusted your bookcase before they come over. You know, I wanted to hang out tonight, but I feel like I'm already getting really tired. This time tomorrow night, a whole lot of life is about to happen. I'm excited to tell you about it tomorrow. This is kind of fun. It's almost like we're having back-to-back slumber parties, you know? See you tomorrow night. Hey. It just feels like there's not enough time in the day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? In order to do everything that you want to do for like pleasure and for work, there's just not enough time in the day. And it's not a flattering angle for me. Hi. It's 2 days later because last night I had a first date and it went well. and there probably will be a second date. So I don't really want to talk about it too much because like I'd rather not talk about potential prospects just because, you know, I don't want it to be weird for them. I don't want it to be weird for me, because now when I meet people, I tell them that I'm a YouTuber first and foremost with a focus in interior decorating, and then I'm also like freelance photographer, whatever. I'm being open about that fact now because like why hide it? Like it's gonna come out eventually because it's what I do. So anyways, I feel like I only really talk about dates when it's something that has ended, or yeah, for things that have ended, not really ongoing situations. So it was fun. We went to the Noguchi Museum in Queens, and I love that museum. I love that place so much. Today was such a fun day. I had a goal in mind to run a half marathon today, and I did it, which is cool. I don't think I've ran a half marathon since October. I think that's the last time I ran that far. What was special about this run though was that it was during summer streets in Manhattan. And basically what that means is that there are a few Saturdays in the summertime, specifically in August, they will shut down all of Park Avenue, and it's closed from like 8 a.m. till like 3 p.m. for all pedestrian use. So there are runners, there are bikers, there are stands that are set up with like water stations. I wish I took some clips because it's really just like a spectacular moment in New York City. It feels like the marathon. It's very close to feeling like the marathon. So I ran this morning and then I got ready because I ended up going back to the Upper East Side, and I met my friend Kat. You guys might know and watch Kat. She has an amazing YouTube channel and her videos are incredible. They're very like cinematic and just so artfully done. Much respect to her creative vision and process. But anyway, her and I met up and we went to this incredible show, and there was like this exhibit that she told me about, and today we went to go see it because it closes tomorrow. It was really just like a beautiful experience. Basically, you're in this huge room and there was these 3 pools of rotating water that had like a jet stream in each of them. And then on top of the water surface were 800 porcelain bowls that were just like floating. And then sometimes the bowls would hit and just emit this beautiful, calming, meditative sound. And it's just really fun to make friends, like make new friends out of new stages of life. I never thought that I would be making YouTube videos for a living, let alone now have some friends through the YouTube community. So it was really nice. And then we got like a drink afterwards and we were just like exchanging stories. It was just really fun. And then I ran into a subscriber on the street and she was really nice. I met her and her mom. Oh, and I also met a subscriber at the Noguchi Museum. I feel like it's been a while since I've like had run-ins with people. Having that happen 2 days in a row with such kind ladies. Thank you for saying hi, and I thoroughly enjoyed both of our conversations. Yeah, it just feels good. It feels good, and it makes like the long hours worth it because, as I was saying, there's not enough hours in the day. I mean, I guess didn't have to run and I didn't have to go out with my friend today, but I wanted to. But I feel like that last minute media interview last week really threw off my schedule, and I need to finish a video by Monday for review, and I literally just finished my rough cut, and that is way late in the game. Typically I would spend all of my Sunday to finish that video, but instead tomorrow my uncle is getting married, which is such an amazing thing, but that is going to take up my day. I have to go to New Jersey in the morning, and I'm also photographing the wedding, so I'm not just attending the wedding, I'm like working the wedding. And I know he's probably like gonna be so casual about it, but like he asked me to photograph it, so I'm gonna treat it like my job. I'm gonna do a job that I would be proud of, and I want to deliver them beautiful photos of their day. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm like getting together my camera gear, I'm charging my batteries. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear. Probably nothing crazy because I need to be able to like, you know, bend down, squat, get into weird positions to get the good angle. Many of you know already, many of you may not know that this is my background. Like, I am a photographer, and before I committed to full-time YouTube, I was a photo manager and photographer at a mass media company. So this is like my bread and butter. This is flexing a muscle that I have. Anyway, but I'm tired. It's like 10:20. I really should spend another hour editing this video, but part of me just wants to go to sleep. But no, I'm gonna edit this video for another hour, make sure everything's ready for tomorrow. I do have 2 train rides, like an hour and a half each way, so I can also edit on the train tomorrow. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's just, I wish I didn't have to sleep. I wish I didn't have to sleep. I'd have so much more time. Time is of the essence. Time is what you make of it. Time. I'm wasting time right now. Well, I'm not wasting time. We're chatting. We're having a good time. We're having a good time. Anyway, it was a fun day. Okay. I'm gonna go. Tomorrow when we talk, the wedding will have happened, and I need to get this video done tomorrow night somehow. All right. See you soon. I feel like I'm revealing how often I wear this shirt. I'm tired. Maybe this video isn't a good idea because I feel like at the end of the day, I have been exhausted and I don't know how entertaining I am when I am exhausted. I also don't know if I pressed play, so I'm gonna check if I did. I did. Okay, we are recording. It was really fun. I feel like I didn't really get to socialize too much because I was working, and I know that my uncle probably didn't want me to feel like I had to be photographing the entire time. I was the only photographer there, so if I wasn't capturing a moment, that moment wasn't being captured at all, which is not gonna happen under my watch. And I've been working on my YouTube video for the past like couple of hours because I need to get that done tonight and I need to send it to the brand for review. The deadline was tomorrow, so I will meet that deadline. And now I just want to make popcorn. I still have that bottle of wine from the other night. I'm gonna fill her up a little bit. What else? Oh, maybe that was too much. All right, 1 glass. I got to see my whole family today, and that was really nice. Some people that I haven't seen since I was a little kid, which was an interesting thing. This one man came up to me, and he was like, "Gail?" And I didn't recognize him, and I was like, "Yes." He's like, "You probably don't remember me, but my name is," fill in name. And he's like, "The last time I saw you, you were this tall and you were just a little kid." And he's like, and it's so crazy because you and all your siblings are here and you're all like grown adults. Your brother is a man, you and your sisters are women. He's like, "You probably don't even remember me, but yeah, the last time I saw you, you were you were a kid." And that's just such an interesting thing to meet someone for the first time, knowing that it's not actually the first time. Although the person that I was as a child is still the person that I am today, but they feel like 2 vastly different people, especially to this person. It must be so bizarre. And I think about that with my friends who are now having kids and family members who are now having kids. The kids are now getting to an age where they can have conversations and they're starting to have personalities and opinions. And I just know that one day I'm gonna be in the shoes of this man who is talking to a now woman or now adult and remembering when they were just a child. It's a beautiful thing, it's a sad thing, it's the circle of life, and it's like a privilege to get to that age for that to even happen. So like I hope I get to that age for that interaction to occur. But it was interesting, and he was really nice, and he seemed pretty young, and I was like, no way. And I wanted to ask, like, what was I like? But then a moment was happening across the hall that I wanted to capture. So I was just like running around like a crazy person with my camera on my shoulder. But that was interesting. Any other interesting moments or thoughts from today? I don't know. Good vibes. Good vibes and the best people, because like those people are my people, quite literally. So I'm gonna make some popcorn. I make my popcorn stovetop most of the time. And the way that I do that is that this is my designated popcorn popping pan. I layer it with maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. If I don't have vegetable oil, I would also use like canola oil or even olive oil, but you have to watch out for that because that can burn more easily. So watch out for the smoke. Okay, so I'm gonna layer the bottom, coat the bottom, which I already did. I'm gonna take 3 kernels, 1, 2, 3, put that at the bottom of the pan or the pot. Close the pot, flame on to medium high. And now I'm gonna wait for all 3 kernels to pop. And once all 3 kernels pop, I'll tell you what happens next. All 3 have popped. I'm gonna pour the rest of the kernels and then quickly close the lid. Now I'm gonna use this towel so I'm not directly holding the pot because it can get quite hot. Give it a good stir so that the kernels are coated with the oil. And now I just wait a little bit. I'm gonna pop the lid slightly so that the moisture can escape the pot. You can hear it happening, yep. And every now and again, I'm just gonna give the pot a good shake. Yum, 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 yum. And when it comes to how many kernels, I usually do a half cup. Now that the popping has slowed down, I turned off the heat. I will remove it off of the heat and just let it cool off a little bit. I'm gonna remove the lid so that more moisture can escape. All right, the popcorn is popped. Now you add your seasoning of choice, and for me, my seasoning of choice is salt and pepper and butter. Whatever, I like my butter. Sue me. Butter is all melted. Drizzle some on top. Beautiful. Some salts. A couple of pinches. Now let me get the pepper. I've always liked a little pepper spice on my popcorn. So now I'm gonna do another layer of the butter. Again, just trying to hit as much surface area of this popcorn as possible. Some more salt. Again, this is not the healthiest version of popcorn, I'm certain, but it sure is tasty. This is my treat because it is important to treat yourselves. Treat yourself. I think I'm gonna upload the pictures from today to my computer. Okay. Ow, I think I burned myself a little bit. I think it was because I was trying to talk to the camera while making popcorn at the same time and film myself, which isn't what I typically do. Anyway, this is the camera that I shot with today. This is a Canon 5D Mark IV. It shot really nicely. The pictures look really beautiful. By the way, popcorn, delish. Chef's kiss. Looks like I shot around 1,500 pictures. It's funny, the more I think about it, the more I realize that, well, I've always known this. I feel like photography and interior decorating feels so similar to me because it's all about color, composition, light, balance. Well, obviously the big difference is that with interior decorating and interior design, there's the physicality of it all. But when it comes to visual process, they feel very transferable. The skills feel very transferable, and the thought processes feel very similar, in my head at least. Oh, my eyes are getting heavy. I'm tired. Maybe that's all for tonight. What do you think? I really don't know if there's enough content here for a whole video. If you are still watching, can you please let me know? Do you like this? Is this boring? Does it feel like I'm just talking to you in my apartment? Well, I mean, that is what I'm doing. Does it feel robust enough, the conversation? Or is this the worst video I've ever released? Please tell me so I know for future. The article came out today, the media outlet that was here on Friday. The article came out now on Monday. And I don't know. This feels silly, but I don't know if I'm happy about it. The article itself is nice and very flattering with how the reporter described my space. But the headline of the article caught me off guard. And the headline says, "Living solo in NYC isn't cheap. So these single women move into tiny apartments under 200 square feet. And I know here on my channel, I talk about being single. I'm open about that. But in the entire interview process, in the entire correspondence with their team, it never came up what my relationship status was. Like, never. And it just like, I think it just sets the tone in a negative light. Like, I wonder if they were men, if we were men in this article, if it would say single men. Like, would they, like, would it, I don't know. Living solo isn't cheap. So is it implying that like I don't make enough money to live in a bigger space? Like, I just don't like the implications. And then I was reading the comments, which is always a bad decision. Yeah, these comments are mean, but I shouldn't take this to heart. I guess this is what I'm signing up for with putting my whole experience online. I think I'm also doing myself a disservice by paying attention to these comments, because I know there's all of you who know me and like actually know me and understand my circumstance of how I got here. Okay, let's read some of these. Quote, posting to her YouTube subscribers about decorating her apartment, people watching in horror at how this woman chooses to live and thanking their lucky stars that they don't have to live in a space slightly larger than a prison cell. As Tommy Lee Jones said in The Fugitive, ... I don't care, parentheses, a content creator having a hard time living in NYC, geesh. Content creator equals someone who posts a lot with little substance. My wife's closet is bigger than these places. I mean, that's probably correct, but whatever. Nightmare. Beats living out of your car, but not by much. Someone else said, what a depressing and ridiculous lifestyle. Someone else says, no real New Yorkers would deal with this nonsense. These people have to go back to the Midwest. I'm not from the Midwest. I'm from New Jersey. I will never understand the mindset of these people who think this is okay. My garage is bigger. And then someone commented, but are you a fabulous content creator? There's such negative connotations to content creators. What do they say? Even bad press is good press. I was really excited that the New York Post was coming to photograph my space to write an article about me, and even though the article is pretty positive, it's just like the headline. When did people get so mean online? There's so much hate, and it's so easy for people to judge, and it's so easy for people to just comment on a video and make judgments about a person without knowing anything about them, about any of their circumstance. Whatever. Maybe I'm just having a bad night. I'm upset that this was the headline, because I hate to say it, but the headline really steers the conversation. It implies that I'm broke. It implies that I'm single because I did this to myself. And it's a negative headline. I'm gonna allow myself to feel upset right now, but only right now, because people will cast their judgments as they will. This is still good press for me because the content of the article is positive, and I can't let the negativity of others impact how I view myself or how I view my situation. Yeah. The article came out today in print, and it takes up an entire page. Home petite home influencer feels comfy, cozy, and a tiny apartment. This makes me happy. I was in Midtown Manhattan today, freelancing for my old team, We had a 6:30 a.m. call time, and I got home around 6 p.m. and it's currently almost 10 o'clock, and I've been working on YouTube stuff ever since I got home. Needless to say, I'm a little tired. But when I was on the freelancing gig, I ran to a local newspaper stand and picked up 2 copies of the New York Post, and I was just so happy and relieved that the headline matches the content of the article. And I was not expecting to be the only one featured on this page. This is a whole spread dedicated to my apartment and to me. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was like walking down the street, like flipping through the pages, trying to find the page. And then I found it and I just kind of stopped in my tracks. And you know, the whole of New York City around me was still moving, still bustling, still loud, still the beautiful city that it is. And for a moment in time, I was just standing there and I was like, oh my God. There I am in the New York Post. Crazy. I'm very, very, very happy about this. And, you know, like my family in New Jersey, they all went to their local shops and bought like 5 copies. I'm like, what are you going to do with 5 copies? Like put one in every room? Because obviously they have like houses where they live. Ending things on a positive note, really want to thank the team at the New York Post, like the reporter and the photographer who came to my apartment. I want to thank all of you guys because I know that this opportunity wouldn't have happened without my subscribers, and specifically one subscriber who submitted my name to the reporter. Thank you. Like, what a cool thing to have happened. Really. Thank you. All right. Well, I guess this was hanging out in the evening in my apartment. If you can't tell, I'm usually tired by the end of the day. And at the end of each day, another long, beautiful, challenging, sometimes emotional day waits ahead of me. It is a privilege to be here. It is a privilege to be alive. And it's a privilege to spend time with all of you. So thank you for spending your time with me. And I'm gonna wash up and go to bed because I have work, freelancing, bright and early tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands at 7 a.m. So I'm going to be out the door at 6 a.m., which means I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., which means I should go to bed right now. Okay. Good night, guys. I will see you soon.